CRL is New Zealand's largest infrastructure project with the introduction of underground tunnels and linking the external train stations and lines through Auckland down to Britomart.
More rapid transport for commuters around central city and into the central city. Because we've done a lot of the biggest tanking projects in New Zealand, we were easily referencing it to existing contract sums that we had. So in terms of onset of the project, at the start, this project is 5 times the size of any other tanking project undertaken in New Zealand.
So Sansom had early design involvement prior to the project starting, where we assisted in procuring the correct membrane or the best membrane for the project.
On this specific project at CRL, our earliest engagement was part of the Commercial Bay precinct, which has a tunnel going right through the middle of a 20,000 square metre basement that we tanked. We've been involved with tunnelling in Auckland for quite a while. We've done over 10 to 12 tunnels now of various sizes. Our early involvement in these large tunnels with the Victoria Park Tunnel, a lot of the junior engineers on that site led on to work at Waterview Tunnel, which we also completed for a different alliance. Those men progressed through the industry as we did, and they're our industry contacts on the build side. So when a consortium's put together to build one of these tunnels, we often get referred to very early by the design or the build team, just for a reality check about, hey, what we're designing here, is this going to be able to be built? And that's where Sansom's early engagement is. From all divisions, from roofing to tanking, to the mining tunnel team, the concrete repairs team, the injection teams and the facade team. So from the bottom of the basement where we're laying the under slabs in some of the stations, to the facades of the buildings, to the roofs of some of the tunnel sections, to the crack repairs for leaking sections or concrete shrinkage sections, the full range of Sansom services are involved in this project and have been heavily for years. As the project evolved, we signed up one project manager to oversee the whole project, and that project manager managed the divisions as required. So he brought in expertise from other directors and from other team leaders to manage the sub-jobs that are within the larger job, and then he was the one in control of shuffling those jobs around.
I think some of the biggest challenges were probably working in such a large job that there's so many different people involved. I guess when you kind of look at construction projects, you deal with one team a lot of the time, but here you're dealing with 6, 7, 8 different project engineers in different areas. So it's a bit of a balancing act to try deliver the project to the best result and also appease the people you work with also and kind of meeting those deadlines. I think the biggest thing we did early on was communication, kind of explaining what the membrane was, what we're trying to achieve, and I think the biggest thing is the best outcome for the project. And obviously we're one facet of it, but obviously membrane and waterproofing is a critical part to it. So I think the biggest thing is communication and understanding, getting all the teams to buy into it, the engineers and also the subcontractors, because collectively we can't deliver this without other trades.
Because we have so many different specialty divisions, if we don't know in a certain area what's going on, one of the other divisions will. So if the facade guy doesn't know what's happening as we're transitioning down into the bottom of the building, then the tanking guys will know. Sansom's expertise in being in the broader waterproofing market made us well suited to comment to say, this is the best system, head down this direction. Each time that was made in a design assist role, so we provide a matrix to the actual designer showing him the risks and the benefit of each and the likely costs of each. And the end selection was made with the designers, the builders and us sort of sitting at the table pre-tender. So for us it's quite a bit of a risk to put all that IP out there, but we know that if they select the right one that it's best for a project, and then from the builder and the waterproofer's side, that's less risk.
It is just getting people to understand what the waterproofing is and what the desired outcome of it and the benefits. Once people kind of pick up on what we're trying to achieve, it becomes a lot better and the coordination is a lot clearer between trades.
We're at the end of the project. A lot of the stuff that's happening at the moment is commissioning or getting ready for handover to Kiwi Rail, the end client. some of their station buildings are getting finished off or just coming out of the ground. So for us, that's facades and roofs and out-of-ground structures. The mine tunnel is probably 95% finished. We're just doing some terminations there and some remediation of some connections. Mount Eden Station is still a little way to go because it's a cut and cover tunnel of massive size, but the difficult parts of that job are done, and it's just connecting concrete boxes to other concrete boxes that form tunnels, and then a hell of a lot of backfill to go in to bring the ground back up to level. Most proud of the fact that we've been selected for so many of the tenders, and that it's just a continuation of where we sat in the market prior to this project, like Commercial Bay, Victoria Park Tunnel, Waterview Tunnel. This project is a very difficult, hard project with long warranties, and we felt valued as a subcontractor that we were selected every time.
I think this project is a bit of a stepping stone in New Zealand construction. I think delivering this and looking into future projects that are being procured just shows the potential we have as a country, as an industry, and also Sansom as a waterproofing contractor. If we can deliver this to the highest quality as we have, I guess the sky's the limit with it, really.